second graders. Well, it's Friday. Finally Friday. Yay. And we're doing some more fun science experiments. But first, I want to ask you some questions about yesterday's science lesson. Remember we did desert habitat? And I have some questions for you on my paper here. So hopefully you can read them if they're close enough to you. How do desert plants get what they need to live? Let me give you a little bit of time to think about that. How do desert plants get what they need to live? It's very hot there, and it doesn't rain very often. So how do they get what they need to live? Are you ready? Okay, here's the answer. See if you got it. They get it, what they need from the soil. Our plants in Minnesota get what they need from the soil too. But there's something different about the desert plants. So let's look at that question. I don't know if you can see it. Well, there we go. What two things did God give desert plants to help them survive? It's much different there than it is in Minnesota, isn't it? What two things did God give desert plants to help them survive? Are you thinking? Drum roll, please. Here comes the answer. Two things. Large root systems and stems that store H2O or water. That's the science way of saying water, right? So they have really long root systems that go way far, and they can store water inside the plant. Because I wrote a little something down there, H2O or water soaks up quickly in the desert because it's so hot. So God knew that those plants would need long root systems that can go way out and grab as much water as they can when it does rain, and then they would need to be able to store that rain inside of them so they would be ready for the long, dry, hot desert weather. Okay, last question. Where do desert animals get water? They don't have a lot of puddles around. They don't have lakes like we have. Where do they get their water? Yes, it rains, if that's what you're thinking, but it doesn't rain very often. And remember, we said it soaks up quickly. So where do those animals get their water? Are you ready for the answer? Drum roll, please. They get it from the seeds they eat. All right, how did you do on that? If you did not do your lesson yesterday in science, be sure to do that. You still have time. You could do it today. You could do it over the weekend. All right, how are you doing on keeping up with your assignments? Is it hard? I know, it's hard for us teachers to keep up with our work too. This is not the way we wanted to do school, was it? We wish we were all together, but we all just have to try our hardest and do the best we can. So keep at it, and I'm sure you are learning some new things. But right now, let's just do some fun science experiments. Now, you've probably done or seen experiments with baking soda and vinegar. Vinegar looks like water, but it doesn't smell like water. If you colored Easter eggs, you might have used vinegar to do that. Well, today we're going to put vinegar in these cups of baking soda. But let's make the cups a little more colorful. So we're going to drop in some food coloring. Green on that one. Red, so we've got a little Christmas going on here, green and red next to each other. right? Let's go with some yellow, bright sunshine like I see outside today. Now I'm making this video on Thursday, so it's sunny out there. Today, Lorea's birthday is today, Thursday. When you see this on Friday, it might not be sunny. I don't know. I hope so. All right, we've got blue, and we've got one more left, so I'm going to put some blue and some, what makes purple? Blue and red. So I'm going to try to make some purple here. Okay? And then we pour our vinegar in. What's going to happen? If you've seen this, you know. I'll tell you scientifically what's going to happen. There's going to be an acid-base reaction, it's called. An acid-base reaction. When you put together the baking soda and the vinegar, you create a gas called carbon dioxide. And we're going to see what happens. I'm going to start with the purple. I don't know if it'll really... Ooh! Isn't that pretty? Oh, it's fun. Can you see it? Is it in the video well? Purple didn't look real purple. Should I put a little bit more and see? Yep, it's still going. There's a lot of baking soda in there. The gas needs more room, and so it spreads out and goes all over my cookie sheet. More? More? All right. Wow, still. I should have bought a gallon of vinegar. Now I have a bunch of vinegar in this glass, so why not? Let's keep going. All right, you can do that at home if your parents say you can use some baking soda and vinegar, and throw some food coloring in there, and you'll have a fun little project. It's fun to watch. All right, now there's another fun thing to do with this project, and maybe you've seen it before. But you take a balloon and you put your funnel in the balloon, and then you put baking soda. I'm not going to do it right now. I might do another one. We'll see. But I already did it for you in this balloon. Then can you see what I'm doing? Oh yeah. I'm in my big room. We call this the big room. It's like the family room. It's the room that Mr. Cagney was working in last week when I was doing the science experiment. And by the way, before I do this one, we decided that last week the experiment we did where we took the Q-tip and put it into the milk and it made the colors swirl around, remember? But once I pulled it out and I put it back in, it didn't work anymore. I think that was because of something called surface tension. And once you put the Q-tip in, it broke the tension on the surface of the milk. So then it didn't do the swirly thing after that. Only the first time you put it in. We could move it around, but we couldn't pull it out. Do you remember that? Yeah, and some of you tried it and sent me a video, and that was really fun to see. Okay, so now I've got water in here. I know it looks like vinegar, but I left some of the vinegar in this bottle. And I put baking soda in my balloon. Now, we said when we did the cups with the baking soda and vinegar that the gas needed more room, so it kind of spread out. Well, let's see what happens if it needs more room. Look at it! It needed more room, so it spread out up into the balloon. Oh, it worked really well, didn't it? Now you can try these at home if you have baking soda, vinegar, a balloon, and food coloring if you want. You don't really have to do food coloring. It's just fun to make it colored. All right? Well, I hope you had fun watching those today, second graders. And I hope you have some fun with it at home too, if you have the things you need. All right, have a good weekend.